Tonight we have a special guest, Madison Star Moon. She is a very big chemtrail advocate and also has been posting a lot about death towers, aka cell towers, the electromagnetic killers, if you will. And so we're going to have a lot to talk about tonight. And so without further ado, Amanda, are you there?
Hi, how are you?
Oh, we're doing good. Welcome to the show.
Cool, thanks for having me on.
Oh, you're very welcome. So yeah, there's a lot going on with this whole theory of well, it's not a theory. The death towers, as you call them. You know, I've seen the photos that you post. These towers catching on fire, obviously from intense amounts of radiation and whatnot. You know, and we call them cell towers. You know, I mean, unfortunately, we're all subject matter to technology and everything that goes along with it. Now, I have a cell phone. You have a cell phone. Shannon has a cell phone. We all have cell phones, but we kind of sort of don't really realize the effects that it has. Not only on our brains, you know, and other parts of our body, such as low sperm count in males and even breast cancer for women that carry them in their bra straps. It's just one of those things that people just have taken for granted for far too long. So, anyway, with that said, let's hear a little bit about what you have to say about these death towers.
Well, they're extremely nefarious because you can't get any information off of them. And they're also hiding them, which is suspicious in itself. And the location of these towers is also a problem. You know, they are known to catch on fire, like what you said, but they also topple over during hurricanes and other, you know, weather stuff that will take them out. Not to mention that the antennas obviously have the radiation coming off of the microwave frequencies, depending on what different antennas are even up there. The problem is, you can't find out. You're not allowed to find out. It's all proprietary information. The FCC is covering this stuff up. And if you do your own investigation, you know, if there's a tower in your neighborhood, I would challenge anyone to try to find the information off that tower using a FOIA request through the FCC, because they make you pay per antenna, per tower. So if, you know, let's say that there were, you know, 10 antennas on a tower, you would have to pay for each FOIA request per antenna. And I think in today's economy, most people don't have that kind of extra money. So they make it impossible, and even if you did get the results, they make it impossible for you to do anything with those results.
Network Operations, this is Trevor.
Hi, Trevor, how are you? I was calling to see if I can get some information about a tower that I approached that I guess belongs to y'all, or you lease them or something. But anyways, I took the numbers off the sign and I'm calling you now to see if I can get some information about it.
Okay, what's the site number? What information are you looking for?
Did you say what information?
Mm-hmm.
This tower is set up at a park. It's on top of a basketball court. It's a government park, but it's made for children. They have a playground there and just a big field and the basketball court. And the towers are actually right on top of the basketball court. And that concerns me. First of all, there's 3 of them that are side by side right in the same area. What is the radiation coming off those? Who do we contact to get public information on the amounts of radiation, or who's checking them? Is there even public information on what antennas are up there and who they're leased by? Because right now, as it looks, these are just 3 monstrosities set up doing God knows what with children playing.
Okay. I could have somebody call you back. What's your name?
Network Operations, this is Mike.
Hi, yes, I just called there, and I was trying to get some information about a particular tower that was next to my house. And
okay.
the gentleman asked me for my name and phone number so someone could call me back. I was just wondering why I would be obliged to have to give my name and phone number, private information.
The information potentially that you were requesting could be proprietary, that we couldn't just hand out. It would be,
okay, that's
someone
good.
From the area. All internal things that can only be given out to the public when get by certain individuals. Or on, depending upon the situation, you know, I don't know what kind of information you were requesting. What kind of info?
Information on the towers, like the radiation levels.
I mean, those. Let's see. Do you know the site number?
Yeah, I do.
What is it?
It's 70. They were both Crown. I actually went up to the towers and got the information off of them, which was probably dangerous because it said don't stop in front of the towers, and I was stopping in front of them to take the pictures, but,
No.
you know.
Okay, so your questions all pertain to, like, radiation levels and things along those lines?
And, yeah, just the dangers because they're on top of a children's basketball court and a children's park. The only thing that's there is a jungle gym, you know, playground for kids, and a basketball court, and then you got these three huge monstrosities. I don't know another word to say, but these ominous-looking things. All the trees around it were dead. There was actually one tree where I just pulled the bark right off the tree.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because it had, like, a hole already in it where the bark is falling off.
Let me see, where we can direct you over to. Would have that information for you. If you bear with me here for one moment, I'll be right back.
Sure, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
What was your first name, just so I don't
My name's Amanda.
Okay, Amanda, just bear with me here for one moment. I'll be right back.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you for your patience, ma'am. Getting a hold of someone in the department that would, handle that.
Right.
And he was not available to take the call right now.
Okay.
What I can do, like I said, is, someone offered you before, I can take your number and have them call you back. That way, you can talk to someone about it.
Do you have an extension number you yourself so I can just call you back?
No, I don't have an open extension, unfortunately.
Is there any information about the antennas?
They're monitored, and they are basically, with that monitoring, they're set there for safe levels. They're way up out of the way of like you were saying, it's at a playground. Well, they're up out of the way so that one moment. But I didn't sneeze. Sorry about that. I didn't want to sneeze on you. They're up out of the. Typically, like you were saying, there's the playground, so they're raised up in the air, so that they aren't, anywhere around where the children would be or so on.
Who do you work for exactly?
I work for Crown Castle.
Okay, for Crown Castle. Okay, so you're just a subcontractor or something?
No, I'm hired by them.
Okay.
They own and operate the steel on the tower. When it comes to, different things such as, antennas and things like that, those are owned by cell phone providers or different groups.
Right, but there's also other antennas on there that are not cell phone related. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, they could be. It's all there. There's different antennas on there.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard the term death towers before?
No.
Yeah, referring to these things. I actually did meet a guy that works on these things, and he told me horror stories about them catching on fire, about how they're being overloaded, operator equipment, patched up with just these half-assed jobs, with the irons. The most alarming thing was FCC radiation levels being fixed by the operators, actually. So putting all that, it makes it, I have a lot of questions, basically.
Well, I can understand why that would, especially, talking to somebody who, may have provided you with, some incorrect, some correct information, so on and so forth. Everything is, passed mouth to mouth. But like I said, it could be, like I said, I can get you over to this gentleman's voicemail, and you can, like I said, leave your information for him to contact you back. He's in our safety department, so you can talk to him if you'd like, or, like I said, if you want to try to give us a call back at a later time to...
Can you give me his name, and then I can just ask to leave a message for him next time I call, so I don't have to...
Like I said, I can shoot you over to his voicemail right now.
Okay, and I'll just listen to it and then hang up. Okay, cool. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, I just hung up because he was I don't know why he didn't just connect me, but, all right, so I wrote down what he said the guy did. They're setting these things up in places they're not supposed to be. They're, like, right on top of churches and daycare, set up, like, literally on top of the church, and they made it look like a cross. So it's very frustrating. These towers are a menace. And I've personally investigated, researched, and documented countless towers. And the stuff that I found the most disturbing, like I said, was like the hidden ones, the ones that they hide in church steeples, because I'm a Christian, And I think it's offensive, not just to my religion, but the fact that they don't tell the congregation, and then the people go to the church and they don't know that the church is getting money for this hidden death trap inside the steeple. And I just think it's unfair. And putting them on school property, do you guys have them at your schools there?
In this part of the country, we're pretty low population.
I have found 2 of them
Yeah,
so far.
Shannon has found a couple, but nothing of the likes of which you have been sharing lately. Nothing that big, and we don't have any of them disguised as palm trees.
Not that we know of yet until I go look into it further.
Yeah, or evergreen trees or of the like. And yeah, we tend to agree with you. I mean, it's, especially in a church, I mean, these and it's not necessarily a religion thing, but these people, that go to churches are, in mass and, being irradiated while they're doing what they do in the church and schools. We saw the video where you went to, it was like a stadium type.
Right.
Yeah, and it's just nuts because it's built into the stadium itself, and
Yeah, I mean, how can that possibly be safe?
It can't.
Right. So it doesn't. I don't understand why the parents aren't going to these schools and saying that, look, this is not acceptable, or pulling their children out of the schools. Because I know that if I had kids, they sure as heck would not go to a Death Tower school. They wouldn't play sports on the Death Tower field. I mean, this is electromagnetic, frequencies and radiation that's all around you. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's affecting every single part of your body. It breaks down and mutates your DNA. Do you really want that thing right on top of your child's school where they're forced to go by law every single day for like 8 hours?
Right.
And, Wi-Fi, yes, okay, we all use Wi-Fi, but it is killing us. Straight up, just like we use oil, and that's killing us as well. I mean, we have technology that they, keep from us so they can continue to be in business.
Good afternoon. You've reached the Federal Communications Commission. How can I help you today?
Hi, yes, I was calling to see where I could get information on the levels of radiation that come off of the cell phone towers, because I'm concerned about all these towers that are popping up everywhere, and I just wanted to know, are they safe, and do you have any information for me about them?
I actually have quite a bit of information I can send out to you on the subject. Yeah, I will earmark everything I've got on the subject. I've got several mail-outs full of information, and I'm going to email you.
With you being with the FCC, I'm sure you're aware of all the different information that's come out on the internet as far as, them being, the antennas could be dangerous. I mean, I work next to huge cell towers, and I actually tried to get information, a FOIA request, tried to get information on those towers, and I was told that it was proprietary information and I would have no way of getting any information on it. But I work like in the same parking lot with these towers. And then there's also like the smart meters that are on the building too. I worry about those as well. Do you have anything on those?
I have some general information I think would be helpful, with smart meters as well.